everybody, and welcome to the Chill Out Show. Looks a little bit different today because I am using my webcam and not my phone. I am set up in my converted shipping container of an office. I am not quite on holidays yet, but almost there. My students wrapped up this week, just got a week of PD and training and all of that kind of business. And so I'm starting to shift into holiday mode. So starting to actually chill out a little bit for the first time in a while. Quick update, my health stuff still not 100% there. Seeing a lot of doctors, a lot of specialists, getting a lot of tests, most of which are coming back like good. I haven't had any terrible news just yet. Just gotta do a few things to try and get myself back on track. But this is the life of having multiple chronic illnesses. Had a few spanners in the works, like my GP of many years randomly leaving my practice. But I got a new doctor who I'm feeling good about, and she seems really keen on looking after me. So I think we're on a good track. Having not a super bad day today. And even had some good health news that shows some things are not as bad as I thought. So that's cool. And we're not getting super summer weather yet, which usually would bum me out. I do love summer, but currently living in a metal box means I'm actually super happy that it's still staying pretty mild. Like I've said before, I've got a plan to keep my summer nice and cool, and to keep it chill and be comfortable. But I haven't had to pull the ripcord on any of that just yet. So that's cool. We found a solution for all the flies. So, some things are coming together. But today, we're going to play our movie games like we always do. And then, we're back in Sarah loves digital media. I love physical media, but we're not really in the physical media space today, but in the Sarah likes to own the things she owns and is getting increasingly suspicious and wanting to be less reliant on streaming services and the cloud and all this kind of business. So, but this time with music. So we're gonna get there in a moment. But for now, let's look at an ad. That freaked me out. That Matrix looking business. All right. So we're gonna dive into the box office game. If you are new, this is a weekend of box office from a randomly generated date every day, and we're gonna try and guess what movies they were. All right. So we got a recent one. Don't feel like I've had a recent one in a while. So we've got June 24th, 2022. We got a Warner Brothers feature at number 1. Now I usually start with a tagline: the man, the legend, the king of rock and roll. Well, I know what this is. It's a movie that I saw at the box office. It is Baz Luhrmann's Baz Luhrmann's Austin Butler. And given how much Austin Butler threw himself into this role, and I think broke his brain a little bit, that's probably apt. I love the way they start out Elvis in this. Like, if you revealed the plot, it wouldn't give it away. I feel like they should have start out the Presley as well. But I guess it's like a bot that just gets rid of the title. I'm a huge Baz Luhrmann fan. He's one of my favorite directors. I love every single one of his films. This is probably my least favorite, but I still liked it a whole lot. And yeah, good movie. Should have done better than it did, to be honest. Given, like, music biopics are having a big, like, do we need them? Are they good? What's the point of them? And most of them are bad. But I liked that one. All right. Number 2. This is weird movies that are so recent. All right. Number 2 at the box office is a movie. Feel the need. Far out. Okay. And this is all movies that I saw. Like, this is the summer of 2022. Well, it was winter here, but this was a time when I was seeing a lot of movies. I saw this in the cinema too, and it's its 5th week Maverick was such a huge hit. Oh my god, and it's so good. Like, this was a movie that my partner and I actually saw on our first date, basically. Like, you know, first kind of weekend together. We lived interstate at the time, and it was just like, oh, this is something to do. And, you know, he likes planes, and could not believe how flippin' good it was. We actually have a podcast episode that we recorded about it, which I might link in the description. Well, we also talked about our terrible cinema experience because it was filled with children. But yeah, like it's such a good movie. Like, so much better than it needed to be. I can't believe they just went with that as the tagline though. So yeah, and it's 5th week behind Elvis. We saw Elvis together as well. Okay, all right. What have we got at number 3? Oh, taglines used to mean something. In the 90s, you'd get something that was so enigmatic, and these are just like, this is what the movie is, guys. But here's the thing. One, can I spell Jurassic? Which one is the third one? Is it? This is what I'm not... It's Dominion, I'm pretty sure. Yes, okay, good. Did not see that one. I saw the first... I know this is the one that's like, that brought back the others, and I'm so tired. God, I was just looking at this. God, this flipping, look at that. That can't be the budget of that movie. That's outrageous. Rebirth did quite well this year, which we'll get to when we look at my personal fantasy box office game. All right. Number 4, this was the We're So Back movies here, where like this was the like cinemas were open for the first time since COVID, and everyone was like, yeah, okay, an actual enigmatic tagline. Oh, this is gonna be a horror movie I've never heard of. Okay, I was doing so good. Yeah, okay. Is this like a... Oh, no, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not gonna... Oh, okay. Yeah, I never would have got that. I've heard of that, but I'm just so not... Okay. I love Ethan Hawke third build. I'm on a real Ethan Hawke kick right now as well. Like, Ethan Hawke rules. And there's been a lot of interviews from him at the moment because he's promoting Blue Moon, a movie I'm dying to see. He did this wonderful tribute to Tom Stoppard recently. Ugh, I love Ethan Hawke. All right. Number 5 at the box office. Number 5 at the box office is a Disney film that's fallen from number 2. Oh no, sorry, it's in its 2nd week of release. Fallen to number 5. Oh god. Oh no. Oh no, it's not called Buzz Lightyear. It's just called Lightyear. Yeah, which is about the real guy that the toy was based on. It's not a movie I've ever had any desire to see. Like, what is this? What are we doing? Ugh. Alright. I mean, because it's so recent, there's not a lot of satisfaction in guessing so many of those. But, yeah, this was definitely the We Are So Back era with films, wasn't it? Alright, so we're moving on to Cinematrix. I always do check this one before I do it, just to make sure that I can do it. And I was on the fence. We've got some Lion King cast members. This is the theme for today. James Earl Jones is the one that gave me pause because of course you go, The Lion King, Star Wars. And I'm sorry to say, I know so little about his filmography beyond that. They're all like theater people though as well, I'm pretty sure. But I reckon I can do this. Let's start with Matthew Broderick, and seeing the A, I'm gonna go with one that I think will... Oh, it's not Addicted with Love. It's Addicted to Love. I reckon this is gonna be a low one. Yes, okay. If you've never seen this game before, you're trying to get the lowest percentage possible because it's the least people have picked it. So you want something kind of obscure. Addicted to Love is a movie I weirdly can probably quote off by heart. It was in this like... kind of rom-com, 90s rom-com era, and I bought this as an ex-rental on VHS because I liked it so much. Meg Ryan's playing really against type in it. It's not a good movie, but it has good moments, and Meg Ryan is really charming in it. Matthew Broderick's really met in it. He has basically no personality, other than he's in love with Kelly Preston. But I knew that would not come up as a common response. All right, so what else can I do with Matthew Broderick? So we got a 1 or 2 word title, and we've got... So the two that come to mind for this gentleman that I think I'm going to go with Lady Hawk, which a lot of people might pick, but I feel like it's somewhat obscure. And I think Lady Hawk is 1 word, but it would fit with either 1 or 2 word. Like, both of these films fit either one. And Inspector Gadget, a movie I saw in the cinema. I'm going to go this way round. I'm going to go... Yeah, hell yeah. And I think it's 1 word. Yeah, Lady Hawk. Movie I need to rewatch, actually. Oh, look at that. Look at that. All under 10%. I'm happy if I get under 20. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I'm about to ruin it with James L. Jones. I feel so bad. This is going to make me want to look up more about James L. Jones's career. Because all I'm going to be able to put is... Now, does that... Sometimes it tells you, explains the category. Okay. We count movies starting with a title starting with a numeral, not as a letter. Okay. But does it... I think T does count, so I don't think The Lion King. Okay. Does he do a... Oh, no, it's not... Oh, fuck you. Oh, no. This is... Oh, no. I don't know if I can do it. Far out. I mean, okay. No, I can, but... I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, no. But the A to L, I don't think I can, because The Lion King starts with a T. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this, because I don't know any other flippin'... Okay, you know what? That's lower than I thought. Frick. Alright, let's go down here. I'm gonna go with Jeremy Irons here. Die Hard with a Vengeance is the 3rd one, isn't it? Hell yeah. Alright. Okay. Nathan Lane's in Mouse Hunt, isn't he? I'm pretty sure. Yes. That's one of those movies from my childhood that I know I've seen and have retained nothing. Alright, so now we need a Jeremy Irons or Nathan Lane vehicle or movie that they have been in that starts with A. Okay. Now, the thing that's just come to mind is Nathan Lane's cameo in Goldmember. Will that count? Was he would have been credited, right? Yes. Frig. I don't know if I can come up with anything. Because he's not... Frick. I genuinely don't think I can do it. The Lion King and Star Wars. There's nothing that fits that I can think of. And I know he's been in other movies. And I'm a bad person. Look, I know The Lion King's not gonna count, right? I know it's not. But I'm just gonna put it in. Yeah, okay. Damn it. Alright, so yeah. See, I have Field of Dreams. No. People went, look, these are the obvious ones. The fact that I went with Empire for the third James Earl Jones is good. I avoided saying The Birdcage. I went Die Hard with the year. Look, I'll take it. Do I need to see Field of Dreams? And then the super obscure ones. Alright, so that, okay. Alright, I got so, I'm not proud of that, but I'm proud of these two. I knew I was gonna get Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick. I'm proud of those two lines. I'm not I need to bone up on James L. Jones's filmography. Alright, we're gonna move on to now Sin and Erdl. Now this is always a real gamble. So this is a screenshot. Ooh, I think I know what this is. It is kind of amazing how much movie knowledge, like I've not seen Signs, how much you can get just from like cultural osmosis. So this week's got a theme. I've seen a few movies on this list, but not all of them. So I'm not gonna take a guess at that. But I can maybe find some scam-free shopping. Alright. So, now we're gonna go to Sinner to Nerdle. The one that I'm very good at, except for the one time I filmed myself do it. So let's try. Alright. This is where they give you letterboxd reviews. So the first one is Nope's Secret Twin. A movie about believing in miracles. Oh, yeah. The doctor gave you to your mother. When she first looked at you, you just stared right back. Faith as horror. Family in the process of rebuilding. God, terrifying and beautiful in a way I can't describe. So I could replace every new theatrical Christian movie with this? What? What the hell? This is going to be a movie I haven't heard of. Or a movie I haven't seen. So it's some kind of Christian faith-related thing, but like Nope. The most influential movie of my life. Singles with a packed ground. Already. Okay, yeah, so they've quoted this. It's a funny exploration of faith and the loss of it, angels and... The movie that came to my mind was Dogma, but that's not it, because it's a horror movie. This is gonna be so obvious. See, every time I show you this, I'm not good at it. I swear to God, I usually get these. This is truly Bla's best work. A film not about aliens. Is this Signs again? Like... Okay, if flippin' is, alright, I thought maybe it was Signs after a movie about believing in miracles, and the third one, I thought it was Signs, but I went, it can't be the same movie as Sin and Erdl had. That would be insane. So I had it in my brain. Good Lord. Okay. I love how every one of these reviews is like 5 stars. This is a movie I'll never see. I'm not sure. I don't like scary movies. As soon as I got it in the end. I would have got it earlier if it wasn't also the answer to the other puzzle. Oh God. All right. Okay. This person is so specific. They've given it a 93 out of 100. Wow. Anyway, I would have got that sooner. And the final thing we're going to take a look at is mine and my friend's box office game. That is the wrong link. All right, we're going to look at my fantasy box office game that I'm currently winning, but won't be for long. I've cracked $1 billion, and look, generally speaking, with this the second year we've done this, I am happy if I end up in the black, right? I lost last year. Not by much, but like my fictional company didn't lose money. And I've done better this year than I did last year. Like, I had Rebirth on my slate. Paddington and The Day the Earth Blew Up, that was probably wishful thinking on my part. I had Lilo and Stitch, the current highest grossing film of the year. How to Train Your Dragon. 28 years later, ended up in the black by $6,000, but still. This was my misstep. Wicked for Good, that's only going to keep climbing. That's just going to keep climbing. The Running Man has been my biggest disappointment. That was a gamble. I knew that was a gamble. That could have either hit or bombed. It's not looking good. The response I've seen, like, to the reception has been pretty meh. Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's has only just come out. I think this will get in the black. And Flight Risk was the bomb pick that my partner gave me. So, she was right. This is a bit annoying. Because this is my alternate. This is like, you always pick one that if like one of the films on your slate does not come out or gets delayed for whatever reason, goes in, it is made more money than most of the things that I've picked. So I was on to something, but that's annoying. So I'm on $1.1 billion. My partner is on $807 million, and has Avatar still to come. I have nothing else coming up. So I've got to count on Five Nights at Freddy's running away and Wicked making a shit ton more money. Now, Avatar does come out December 19th. So we haven't yet decided when we cut this off. If we say end of the year, I might have a shot. I am genuinely curious, though. I mean, one, look at that budget. I don't know if that's confirmed, because that's why there's a little asterisk next to it. So, she has to make a shit, like the break-even point is $1 billion at this point. She's also got Anaconda coming out. Yeah, I reckon I can get to 1.5. I reckon Wicked and Five Nights can get me there. I don't know if I'm going to win this. What Avatar does, who the hell knows? Are people bored of those yet? I don't think so. I don't get it. But look, I'm not here to yuck anyone's yums. So yeah, that's the state of the movies. I really want to go see Wake Up Dead Man for my own movie-going activity. In this very short window that Netflix is giving it, I'm hoping I can get there. But we will see. I love those films. I love Ryan Johnson. And I'm hearing really good things about it. So, and my partner and I both love both of the previous ones. So, anything else? There's a few, like I said, I want to see Blue Moon. There's a couple of other upcoming things or recent releases that I want to see. So far, my favorite movie of the year has been The Naked Gun. But it's like movies I've seen in the cinemas this year. I've seen The Naked Gun. I've seen Spinal Tap 2, which was fun, but Superman, which I loved. The Day the Earth Blew Up, which I did love. F1, which sucked so much. And I thought was gonna bomb and did not. That movie's so bad. That was a movie that, like, I think I've mentioned this before, but when I was watching it, I was like, oh yeah, this is fine. And then the more I've thought about, the more I hate it. Which, like, is not a good sign. And I've seen people on Reddit, I mean, I know it's Reddit, but, like, being like, it should be in contention for Best Picture. I think, to be fair, the person who said that, everyone was like, what are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah. So what are we doing now? Let's just go to the camera for a second. So I have talked before about my love of physical media, particularly when it comes to films, that I'm collecting DVDs, particularly Disney DVDs, but I made a whole video about that, which I'll link. But I'm also I want physical copies of films and television that I love. That is what I want, because streaming services are unreliable. They can mess with their license. They can be there one time, then not another, or swap, or the costs can change, and they can edit shit and all that. Even like my partner and I are currently watching Community, and he's never seen it before, and there's been episodes that have been pulled for streaming that I would like to watch. Like, I know there's stuff in it, but like that D&D episode of Community is really important. So you know what I did? I dug out my DVD so we can watch that episode when we get to it. And I know that when we have a house again and I have storage, I know it's not going to be big. I'm not going to try and collect all the things, but I know I'm going to end up with a VHS collection. I know I'm going to end up doing that. I know I'm going to end up getting a region-free DVD, Blu-ray player, so I can get stuff from overseas. I want to own the things that I own so that maybe I could pull the plug on my streaming services. Like, we were talking about Summer Heights High the other day, and we're like, we got to watch that. It's only streaming on Binge, which is the streaming service I don't have because it's expensive and Murdoch owned. And I have the DVD, and unfortunately, I was in we have another shipping container, just a normal shipping container, that has like most of our worldly possessions in it that we don't use on a day-to-day basis. And I was digging there because I was trying to find my DVD of Summer Heights High so we could watch that. And looking for my box of CDs. Now, the ironic thing is that I know I couldn't find either one. I did find the Community DVD. I know that the box of CDs is buried right at the back because I was like, I'm not going to need these. Little did I know. So I'm thinking a lot about the way I consume music these days. The way most of us do, right? And it's on streaming services. I do have Spotify. I'm about to pull the cord on that. Because, you know, CEO terrible. They pay artists nothing. They're playing ICE ads, all that kind of shit. Like, I want to pull the plug on Spotify. I mostly use Apple Music though. Like, I don't use Spotify that much. I mostly use it for work. Because I play music a lot for work, for teaching drama and just having music on in the classroom and all that kind of stuff. Like, in my Spotify Wrapped, the number one song that I had was the bow song for the Year 12 drama production I did earlier this year because I used it in rehearsals all the time. You know, that's not accurate. But then I mostly use Apple Music, but then I prefer Apple Music in terms of like its interface and the way you can organize all your music, but also I find it very frustrating because, again, sometimes things will disappear. Even things that, like, back in the day, I, like, ripped from CD and I own, but now everything's in the goddamn cloud and all that kind of business. Like, I tried to play a song on Apple Music that I owned that I know I ripped back in the day and I couldn't play it. And so I've started to be like, what can I do to get rid of my reliance on the internet and also to just have music that I own and no one can take away from me? And so I started to look into other music players that, you know, will just play my music and organize it nicely and aren't connected to the internet or the cloud or anything really. And so we've ended up here. So this is a music player called Music Bee. It is free. And it kind of looks like iTunes, but I really like the interface of it. It's really simple. It's got skins. Apparently you can like download like Winamp style skins as well. It has a visualizer. And I want to be clear, this is not me like, I wish it was 2002 again, because I'm aware of the falsity, that's not what I want to say. The trick that nostalgia can play on us, where we go, the world was so much better when I was a kid, and most of the time, like, some things were and some things weren't, and it's more about, like, oh yeah, no, you want to be a teenager again, we don't have to worry about so much shit. Like, I've just written a song about this, actually. But, like, I don't want to get into all of that. The era, it used to be better. It's funny how everyone thinks the era that was better was, like, the time when you were, like, a young adolescent. But when it comes to consuming media, things are worse. In so many ways. Like, so I started to go, all right, this is gonna be a long ass project. I want to get my music out of these streaming services. I'd love to be able to stop paying for them and just have music that I have bought. And so ripping my CDs, right? Getting albums that I've digitally downloaded and putting them all in this thing. And then, you know, albums that I've been listening to for the past few years that I've loved, but actually buying them digitally And I found a site that's like, it's no DRM protection. You buy it and you get it in the format and then you own it. And having them all in this, and then to be really old school and to be really annoying about it, getting a flippin' MP3 player so I can load this shit on, put that in my car when I want to listen to music outside, and that has a goddamn headphone jack. And listen to music that way, where I'm not reliant on streaming, not paying artists. I'm going to pay artists pay artists for their work, and not get overwhelmed with just like the slop and the algorithm and all that shit. So I started this got into, it's been in the back of my head for a while. But I haven't really thought about like the ripping of the CDs and the doing all of that until yesterday when I really started thinking about it, because it's been a lot in the news because the Spotify, like the raps have come out and then all this garbage stuff about Spotify and everything. And so I looked into it and I downloaded Music Bee yesterday and I was like, okay, what can I put in to try it? So I had a few albums that I owned digitally that I had on this computer. Like I have all my Wright and Granger stuff. I had a couple of Megan Tonjes albums that I bought on her Bandcamp. I had a bunch of Griffin McElroy stuff. So I loaded that up and instantly really liked how this worked. And so straight away I was like, I want to get my big box of CDs. Because of course I still have all my CDs. I want to go get them and rip them. And I knew I wasn't going to be able to, it was late by the time, I've had this wave of inspiration. And it was late. And suddenly I was like, hang on. I have this old hard drive. This is a hard drive that I have had for close to 20 years now. That was my backup for my first ever laptop. My first ever laptop is an item that I know is also buried deep in the shipping container that I wish was more accessible, because I have a lot of sentimental connection to that thing. And it has a lot of media on it that is lost. And I actually get really nervous when I don't know exactly where it is in there. And I'm a little bit worried it got lost in the move. I'm really hoping that it didn't, because that thing is very special to me. The backup hard drive doesn't have all of the media, but it does have all the music that I had on that laptop circa 2011, 12. So I transferred all of that. So this is all music that I either ripped from CDs or stuff that I bought online. Now, unfortunately, the stuff that I bought, a lot of it I bought through iTunes and is DRM protected. So we need to set that aside for now. But all the stuff that I ripped is able to be played in this. So I've been slowly transferring that over and doing that. So we are going to just continue that process today. So we got my folder here of this. This is everything that I've slowly been pulling over. Yes, this is going to be an insight into my music taste from that era. And there is some stuff that will not be coming with me from 2012. This was my Christian era. So there's a lot of Hillsong and Planet Shakers on there that will not be coming along from the ride back from the past. Yeah, and we're gonna, it's 2005. We're gonna put some album art in. We're gonna do all this stuff. All right. So, where are we at? So what I was doing, right. Okay. So the stuff that I tested initially, we're actually going to delete and redo because I've reorganized it a bit in here. I think I already got rid of, no, okay. And where are we? I think I already got rid of the Wright and Granger stuff. Yes, I did. Okay. So basically what I'm doing, is, oh, I need to, hang on, guys, just hang on. Okay, here we go. So I had to re-download a bunch of my Griffin McElroy music. All right. So we're just putting stuff in folders based on the artist title. I'm just extracting that over there. You don't need to see that. So what was that? So that was Griffin McElroy. So we'll just... So this is his music from the Adventure Zone that I bought because it's amazing. There's the 11th hour. These are... These titles are all over the place. Okay, it's not liking that. Oh, well, shut up. Oh, because it's... And there's Crystal Kingdom. So I want these, like, because I'm gonna want these folders to be universally titled. But we might come back to that once they've synced. Alright, we can get rid of them from my downloads folder. And what was the other one? Okay, my Wright and Granger ones. Yeah, okay. So we're just gonna pull up Music B, and I don't want... So this is Wright and Granger, who am I gonna get rid of the... Well, I'm gonna do this in a different... I'm gonna do this in an easier way. Alright, so you're gonna go in there as this is Daedalus, and oh, beautiful! Oh, look at that! It's remembered it from before. Okay, cool. All right, because I had to re-enter a whole bunch of info from those. And there's Megan. How you doing, Griffin? You're almost done syncing. Okay, so I think this is what we want to do. We want to call it Adventure Zone Radio Quiet OST. Let's keep that the format, shall we? Alright, was it The Beast and the Water or The Beast in the Water? Let's see if there's a song in here that will tell me. And the Water. Excellent. That's what I thought. Alright, they're still syncing. And so they won't let me do that. Alright, well, we'll come back to you. Okay. So, look, let's just scroll through what I got so far. So you can look at my music taste and judge it. And again, I want to reiterate, most of this is my music taste from 15 years ago. So we got Adele 21. We got the All American Rejects. I'll stand by that. I'll stand by Angels and Airwaves, Architecture in Helsinki. The Avalanches, this is a recent one. Not a recent album, but a recent edition that I got because we did a podcast about it a few years ago. Avril Lavigne, I stand by her. Barley Girls, look, a Christian group that I've allowed to come along with me because I still quite like their music, if not all at least not all of it. Blink-182's Greatest Hits, awesome album. Charlotte McDonald's album. Delta Goodrem, still love. First 3 albums. I own album 4 and 5. And somewhere physically, so I will rip them eventually. Gavin DeGraw's album Chariot. Hank Green. I own both of these albums on CD. Ice House I own on CD, but for some reason I only have, my 4 favorite songs from the album. So I want that whole album. Kimya Dawson, Remember That I Love You. Lady Gaga's The Fame Monster. Madonna's Greatest Hits Volume 2. All of these I'm standing by. Mandy Moore's Wild Hope. This, if you have slept on this album, go back and revisit it. This is Mandy Moore breaking away from like the pop little girl thing that, these blonde skinny girls singing about sex but also being virginal, that was so big in the late 90s and early 2000s. This is her first like creative control album, and it is wonderful. There is not a skip on this album. I genuinely love every song on this album. It is so good. My favorites are probably Extraordinary and Most of Me and Few Days Down, but every song is great. It's so good. One of the only people in that group, of like the Jessicas and the Britneys and the whatever, who like seem to get out unscathed. We got Megan Tonja's still one of my favorite artists. I'm so happy I own these albums because they're not streaming anywhere. I bought them off Bandcamp, and this is what I want to do a lot more. Metric, who I discovered through Scott Pilgrim Goes to the World. Michael Bublé. Look, this is not the only Michael Bublé album that I own. I own a lot of them. Michael Bublé, for our international viewers, Bublé did really well in Australia. I remember seeing like there's memes every year where like, oh, it's just Christmas, the people buy Michael Bublé music. No, Michael Bublé music is so huge in Australia. We love this man. I don't know why. I mean, look, the music is good. Like, it's old jazz standards. You can't really go wrong with him, and he sings them very well. Michael Painter, I saw open for Seal many, many years ago, and really liked him. So this is a problem though. I bought his EP off iTunes, so that's not going to play. So we got to figure that out. Millicent Starr's a great local artist. This was music from her cabaret show. Natalie Bassingthwaighte from Neighbours. This is her pop album. It's a good pop album. Owl City. I stand by this album too. Panic at the Disco, one of my favorite bands of all time. We got Pink in here because also an artist who really did better over here than overseas. Plum, another kind of Christian overhaul. I actually need to get rid of that one because that didn't work. I checked that the other day. I think these didn't either. Rascal Flatts, another kind of Christian overhaul. Relient K, another Christian band that's come with us. This is a good pop punk album. I don't care. This is because the Relient K were one of those bands that were like, we're Christian, but we're not going to say it explicitly, and just Christians are going to know. And then when other people like us, it's going to be like, do you know? But yeah, anyway. Sundance Kids was a band that my like auntie's partner's friend was in. They're quite a good, just like local pop punk band. Suzanne Vega was a singer that my mum loved and passed on to me. Taylor Swift. I own more of her albums than this, but this is the only one I had on CD at the time. Remember, this was like 2012. And then here are all my soundtracks. We got Beauty and the Beast, we got Chicago, we got Dr. Horrible, we got Juno, Lion King, Little Mermaid, Moulin Rouge. Not Moulin Rouge Volume 2, which I do own on CD. I need to dig that out. Scott Pilgrim, Take the Lead. If you don't remember that movie, it's a movie that doesn't exist. I don't care. I love it. The Twilight soundtrack. And, of course, the Wicked original Broadway cast. Wayne Scott Kerman starred in our local production of Singing in the Rain, like a professional production, but just an Australian one. And he was very, very good. I really liked him. I thought he outshone Todd McKenney, and so I bought his album. And then, of course, Ryan Granger. So that's all we've got so far. How is my Griffin McElroy doing? Oh, all done. All right. let's do this. The Adventure Zone Journeys and OST. Ah, I didn't mean to click on it. Alright. So, there he is. There's Griffin McElroy. Beautiful. Oh god, I'm going to want to fix that. To be uniform. Alright, so what we are going to do now, because we looked at our soundtracks last night. So, what's the pink album that I added? I'm Not Dead. Alright, so let's, because I transferred all these over from my laptop, from my Mac laptop, some of them I need to sync. Alright, so we're going to dive into, I think we need to go back, and yeah, okay. And dive into this. Alright. So, we are going to go to this oh no, that's not it. What do I want? Do I want the... Yeah, okay. No, I looked through this already. This is mostly where my Christian stuff lives. Oh, but some of it is not. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Let's just calm down. I'm going to put this in and I'm going to open this in a new window. And alright. So yeah, we're figuring out what we're keeping. So let's go back to compilations. For some reason, some of my bootleg albums got put in here. And I think some of these are like, yeah, and that is also DRM protected. So can't add those. Yeah, cool. So we'll come back to that. Soundtracks, I do have... Are these? Yeah, cool. So I have these albums that were the greatest songs from the musicals. And for some reason, one of them has a "the" in the front. And the other ones don't. So let's fix that. And download those. I think that's everything else that I want from there. I think pretty much all the rest of it is worship music. So is there anything else? I'm not showing you this particular album for a reason. Oh, we got... Okay. Oh! Oh, we got a Greats album. I remember buying this. It's all doubled up though, so we're gonna get rid of that. Got Secret Rituals from the Greats. Let's get that over here. No, that's not. Do I have anything else that I want to transfer over? That's a Christmas album. That I need to dive through. I'm having a look. Sorry that I'm not showing you what I'm actually scrolling through, because this is the depths of my we got some Secondhand Serenade. We'll transfer over some of that because some of that is DRM protected. So we'll transfer over the stuff that I own, that I ripped from CD. That's not that. There we go. We got a twist in my story. I reckon. No, not that one. Damn it. I think everything else. Oh no. Hear Me Now. I own that. And Weightless. I own that. I don't reckon I own anything else. Yeah. Well, I do, but this is the problem, man. This is the whole thing, right? Like, I've bought this album, I paid money for it, and I can only play it on iTunes now. Like, what the flip? Alright. So. It sucks, man. We've done this to ourselves. Alright, my greatest songs from the musicals I can now add over here. Is that gonna go, what's that gonna go into? Is that gonna go into a, yep. They don't have the, okay, we're not gonna mess with anything in this actual thing just yet. That'll be our next step. We're gonna just transfer shit over. Oh, so this is a mix that I do very much wanna, alright, what else we got? Griffin McElroy's all in there. Megan Tonjes is all in there. Let's put that Greats album. Let's put the Bublé in there. Why did that not work? See, for some reason, it thinks the Call Me Responsible album is by various artists, and it's not. It is all Bublé. Is that gonna fix that? No, it's not. All right, we will figure that out. But I think, yeah, that's I think that's everything there. Alright. I think is that, yeah, that's all there. So we'll transfer the Secondhand Serenade over. There we go. I think that's all from my past that I want to bring with me at this particular juncture. Just looking through. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that's gonna be coming with me. It's a lot of like albums that I just ripped like one song from it or something. And I'll deal with that another time. And the Christmas albums I'll deal with another time. I think. Oh wait, I might. Yeah. So those are both DRM, but I've got a Lisa Mitchell album that is not. That I own. So we'll put that in here. So yeah, look, and then we'll tidy up everything we've got. Make sure everything's got album artwork. Make sure like the years are all consistent, and you know, fix shit like this. Am I gonna rate every song? I would love to eventually, but not at this particular juncture. I've been like playing songs and then like, oh yeah, I like that song, and then like doing that. I'm sure people are screaming at me that like I did something, like I put something in here that I then haven't transferred over. But we'll figure that out. We will figure that out. So yeah, I think honestly, in terms of this video, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna put in my Lisa Mitchell album. Percy's getting upset. And maybe we'll do another stream or another video where I do more of this when I actually rip the CDs, mostly just for company. But yeah, think about the way you consume music, I guess. And I will keep working on this. I'll go in and add my album artwork to the albums that don't have it and make sure everything is correct. And I will eventually dig out that big pile of CDs. Yeah, we will get there with all of this. So thank you for hanging out with me and indulging me while I went on one of my rants. And I probably the windows I was using were not always exactly what they should have been, but